Hi everyone, it's Dennis from Rigid Audio, and in this video I want to guide you through the process of creating your very own Kontakt instrument using the brand new Kontakt GUI Maker. So I did already download it, so we can start. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me close that window for now. And I did download the zip file straight to the desktop and extracted it. And this is what it looks like, so you don't need any installation at all or something. You can simply extract it and launch it from there, or copy the folder to any place on your computer. So let's start the Kontakt GUI Maker first. And here we go. This is what it looks like. You got your welcome screen. You can manage your projects here. And what we are going to do in this video is we are creating a simple drum machine. And let's get started with that. So we call our instrument my super drum machine. My super duper drum machine. Okay, create that. And the way the things are working is to the left you got your library with all your items. For example, a lot of knobs. You can hover over an item with the mouse and preview it. And see the playback speed and some background changing in case that the image isn't perfectly visible or something because of colors and stuff like that. And you got your switches, you got some wallpapers, background images, in other words. Currently you got a view level meter, and you have a user folder where you can import your own libraries. We will cover that later. Okay, let's start. For our instrument for now, we need some switches as well. Let me start with the switches. So you simply drag them straight into your project like so. And as I know that instrument will have 5 sections, we need 5 toggle buttons. Okay, as you can see, underneath each item is a label, so this one isn't particularly helpful, so we're going to call that kick instead. This one we call hi-hat, open hat, snare, and finally percussion. Okay, next on the list is we need some kind of toggle buttons for those sections so that we can enable or disable them. We use that little white one here, click it in. All what we can do is just click it and press Ctrl D to duplicate it. It's a bit quicker. So, okay, we got 5 of them, perfect. For this one, we don't need the labels, so we just click into the label, press backspace or delete to get rid of the labels. Okay, perfect. And you know what? It looks a bit boring. We should add something in the background. We need a cool wallpaper or something. Yeah. Oh, this one looks nice. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so as I said before, this instrument was going to have 5 sections or 5 so-called sample layers. We will spread all those stuff across 5 panels. Down here you have all your 16 panels, and we are going to use 5 of them. So what we're going to do first is drag our wallpaper in all the panels that we want. We want it for all 5. Okay, perfect. There we go. And the next thing is that we have to do the same thing more or less for the switches that we have here for the buttons. And to do so, what you can do is simply click an item once. And here to the right, you see panel sign. And what you can do here is tell KGM on which panels this item should appear. So we just click and drag and set all those to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 so that they appear on all 5 panels, like so. And now you can see if I switch the panels, they are visible on all 5. So we have to do the same thing, the same procedure for those little switches. Click and drag, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, like so. And there we go. And now we can have a first look and compile the thing and see how it looks like in Kontakt itself. As you can see, it did already open up my project folder and my super drum machine folder, where the NKI, the actual Kontakt instrument, is in. We can just double click that to try it out in Kontakt itself. There we go. There it is. And yeah, perfect. Everything is working so far. The buttons are working. But for now, they are not toggling anything. They are just, yeah, you can enable or disable them, and that's not what we want. So let's go back to KGM and assign our first set of actions. So to do so, you click a button. Then in the right, you go to Actions and choose Action Select, and then this Action Select window pops up. And so what we are going to do is we want to assign panel switching actions. So we could have a look either at the top in the search field, if you need to find something. But I know what I want, and the actions are in various, and here they are. Okay, we just choose panel switch to 1. For that one, we choose panel switch to 2, and so on. And here's another little speed up trick. You can just double click an item and it will open up the action select window. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's compile again and have a look. Let's go back to Kontakt. Press the exclamation mark. Oh yeah, perfect. Now you can see those buttons are toggling. They are kind of exclusive, which is exactly what we want. Perfect. Now, the next thing that we need to do is to actually to assign actions to those switches as well. We said that these ones should be kind of mute buttons, or so, not solo, or just enable disable buttons. So again, we double click, and what we want this time, we are searching for, here we go, we are searching for the toggle sample layer action. We assign that. And I know it's in various, so I can scroll down. The last one it is. And do that for all 5 buttons as well. Like so. Okay, now we need to do one more thing, because we have just assigned the sample layer toggling action, but we need to tell KGM, of course, which sample layers we want to toggle. And to do so, we can simply tell each button which sample layer it should affect. As you can see here, affected sample layers. This one's A, this one is going to be B, this one's going to be C, D, and E. Perfect. Okay, don't forget to save your project so that we don't lose anything. Okay, for now, I think the next step that we should do is actually map some samples in Kontakt, because otherwise it would be a bit boring. So let's see, let's compile it first. Go back to Kontakt. And for now, those are just, if this button is pressed, it's just saying, okay, that section is enabled. So you're back to sample mapping, as I told you before, because otherwise what we would hear now is not very convincing. It's just a basic sawtooth sound, so that you can start right away with something, try out things and effects and stuff. But of course, for this project, we are going to get rid of that. So you simply press that little wrench icon on the top left. And as you can see here are all your 16 sample layers. And you can see here's a basic sawtooth wave that's always there. If you start your new project, you can just click it, press delete, and there you go. It's gone. And that way you can get rid of it. Okay, now we need to map the samples. I have prepared a few samples. I put them here on the, straight on the desktop. Here they are, samples. And for now, what we could do as well is put them already put them into our project. So as you can see here, we can simply go to our projects folder. Here you can see my super drum machine. And you have this samples folder, and this is where all your samples should go. So let me do that quick. So copy and paste them in. There we go. Okay. And now we can map those samples. Okay, where was I? Here. Okay, here we go. So let's start with the kick sample. And we put that on, I would say, on C1. First kick sample, C1, like so. And now we go out to our next layer, because we want to make all those layers, sections separate. So we go to sample layer B. There we choose the hi-hat and put it on the next key, which is C#, if I'm not mistaken. And we go to C. Choose our open head, put that one on D. Okay, that logo is icon is a bit irritating. Anyway, okay, it does work. And then we got the snare. That would be E. Let me have a quick look. Oh no, that was wrong. It should be placed on D sharp, like so. And finally, we got the percussion on E1. Okay, let's see. We got C1, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E1. Okay, that is perfect. Let's do a quick restart and see what we got so far. Let me press some keys. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see I can already play those samples. And this is cool. And if I now say, for example, I would do like this, something like this, you can see it will only play the kick section. Here we have the hi-hat, like this. And yeah, perfect. Okay, that one is working. So let's go back to KGM and oops, what that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's make some space for a few other controls for our drum machine. Like so. As you can see, everything is aligned to a grid that you can change down here if you need different grid sizes or something. But for now, we keep it like that. You can also adjust the visibility and colors and stuff, like so. Okay. So yeah, we need a few more controls, of course, because now it's not very, very inspirational or something. What we're going to do now is we add a few controls and we use some knobs for this. Let's see what we could use. That one's pretty cool, but it's a bit big. Let's use this one, medium. That's cool. We call that. Let's call that filter for now, or let's call that cutoff. Okay, perfect. And so now we can use copy and paste to put that into all panels, which is great. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we do assign another action. This time we want to assign a filter action. And I'd say we choose the low pass filter. Okay, choose that one. Choose that one again. And well, actually it would be, I should have done that before. Okay, before I did the copy and paste stuff. Anyway, okay. So now we can see we have a control, a separate control or a separate knob on all 5 panels. And now we only need to say, which sample layer this one should control. So yeah, this one is controlling sample layer A, which is our kick section, which is perfect. So then we go to the second panel and choose, I forgot it does that automatically for you because it assumes that this is what you want to do. So yeah, perfect, everything is set up. Okay, let's compile it and give it a go. Okay, here's the knob. Let's see. Yes, it does low pass filter the kick section. Let's see, hi-hat section. Yeah. And now you can easily toggle between those and adjust things individually for each section. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, maybe what we could do now is add some more stuff to that. Well, actually, let's just save that first so that we don't lose it. Save as Super Drum Machine. Yep, projects my Super Drum Machine. Save it. Just the patch, nothing else. Oh, sorry for that. Yep. I would love to replace that. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to KGM and see what else we could do. What we might add is some kind of master compressor or something like that. Actually, let's use a different one. Let's use a white one for that. So, oh no, not that one. Delete that one. Let's use this one. Let's put some real big knobs down here. And let's see, first of all, what we want to do is, of course, once again, say that these should appear in all 5 panels like we did before, like that. And let's see what we could do? Let's choose the effects section. We get a compressor, and we get some global effects. These global effects or main effects do affect all sample layers at once. So this is not sample layer based. This is for everything. So if, for example, we want a master processor like this. Yeah, actually we could use that. Then we would use a master effect that would apply to everything. Okay, let's see what we got. We got the processor mix main saturation. Yes, let's use like let me call it amount or something. And then let's see what else we could use. Could use the saturation is a good thing for drums, I think. Saturation. And one more, let's see, we could use, yeah, compression is a good idea. Okay, let's see. But okay, before this will work, what we have to do is we have to enable it. We can either do that manually for our instrument, or we could use a toggle button. For now, I think we should use a toggle switch as we did before. Let's see, what could we take? Simple one. Oh, yeah, we use that for now. Okay, that's cool. So this is, we don't need a label for now. But thinking of, we could say just on, maybe. And assign an action. And what we need now is the master processor thing. We want to enable there. Yes, we use this one. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's compile it and give it a go. See what we get. And okay, there we are. Yep, everything's here. Oh, I forgot the switch. That should appear on all panels, all 5 panels as well. Okay, compile again. And back to Kontakt. Let's see. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so for now these shouldn't do anything. Let's see. Yeah. So let me see. It's hard to hear difference, but it should do. And yes, it does. Mix, saturate, compress. Yeah, that should work. But you can hear it's doing something. Okay, that we could use that as some kind of master processor, for example. What else could we add? Yes, let's add some effects, some reverb maybe. A reverb for every section. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so to do that, what we need is, once again, we could use any knob. Let me see which one. Better outline. Maybe it's a bit big, or we use that one again. Yeah, maybe we should use that one again. I think it was this one. Yes, it was this one. So let's call it reverb for now. Same procedure as before. Apply it to all 5 panels. There we go. Okay, and assign an action. And this time we are looking for reverb. What we got? We can use bus reverb, sample layer reverb. Doesn't matter. Or main reverb. I'd say we use the reverb send amount because there's always a master reverb inside any instrument. So we could just send audio from that particular layer, sample layer, into the reverb. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. This one should... Oh, I forgot, of course, I have to do that separately. You know what? For now, we do it differently, just to show that that is also possible. We say it will only be visible on one, and we call that, for the sake of simplicity, let's call that kick reverb. Yes, we got the reverb send amount, action sample layer A. Okay, that's cool. There's one more thing we could do, because in some situations when you have a lot of sample layers and stuff going on it, you could keep losing track or something, not remembering which sample layer was which and what. In that case, we have the sample layer settings window. So yeah, actually, while I'm on it, I can show you that as well. Let's see. We got kick, and we got hi-hat. We got open hat, And then we got, what was it, snare? Exactly, snare. And percussion, of course. So now what you can do is, this is to define key ranges. For your simple layers, by default, you only have one layer, which is, as you can see, which covers the entire keyboard. So this is also good for reference for the user, that you know where's what. So where are the notes, basically. So we know that we have the kick on C1, so we can simply set that to C1 and set the next thing to C#1. Oh, okay. I can use the mouse wheel. That's also good for some more precise editing. And like so, then we get D1. Where is it? There it is. D1, D#1. Sorry, 1, not 2. D1, D#1, excuse me. Oh, actually, there, yeah, D1. That's correct. D1, D#1, and E1. Where is it? It is here. Okay. So bring those down. Well, now let's see. Like so. Oops, that was a bit one too far. Okay. And let's go E1. Ah, okay. Another mistake. That should be D#1. Okay, I think that is correct now. So, okay, let's close that window. And as you see, I've entered the names in here. I can show you why I've done that. First of all, let's save the project. When I hover over the keyboard in the Kontakt instrument now, you will see what it does, or what it did. As you can see now, you have some kind of visual representation of what is what. And you can't see that now. Down there it also says sample or keyboard range, so we can see clear names in there. Okay, so we wanted to add some reverb, so let's continue with that now. So we got the kick reverb. Okay, this action sample layer 1, and here you can see now it says kick because I've added the names in the sample layer keyboard ranges, so you can see, okay, that's kick, that's hi-hat, open it, and so on and so forth. So let's duplicate that one. Make it really simple for now. Okay, yeah, that's a bit big, but okay. We got hi-hat reverb, and then we have open hat reverb. Oh, that's a long label. No matter, don't worry, it will be visible in Kontakt without problems. We got the snare reverb as well, and finally the percussion. Let me just call the percussion ref for now. Okay, now what we need to do is... Oh, I forgot. We still need to set up those panel assigns, because if we're switching the panels, those knobs would disappear, and that we don't want. So let's do that quick. Okay, like so, and like so. Righty then. So let's see, action sample layer 1. Put that on B. By the way, you can have assign as much sample layers as you want for one knob, which can give interesting resets. So let's see, C, D, and finally E. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a go and see what we got. Right, let me play some random funky notes. Where's the snare? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can clearly hear that you can control all this separately without much work. Oh, now we can clearly hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that is pretty cool so far. So actually, let me show you some fun thing what you can do. For example, we could use the amount knob. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good example. So you can see here you have action 1, and this is assigned to the global master processor mix. What you can do is assign up to 5 actions to a single item. So we can do funny and funky stuff. For example, what we could do is we could say this one should as well apply the flanger send amount to all 5 sample layers. And the next thing is we can really get crazy. What else we could do? Let me see. We got a lot of effects. Oh yeah, we could dye in some lo-fi maybe. That's funny. We do that for all 5 layers as well. And now comes another thing into play, which is the scaling. As you can see here, each action has a scaling which is linear, which is the default. So it goes from minimum to maximum, from 0 to 127. What you can do now is, let's say we have the flanger send amount, and that's okay. That does work with linear scaling, because the higher I dial in that amount, the higher the send amount would be. Actually, let's test it out real quick. If it works or what it does so far. Let's see. Yeah, as you can hear, the flanger's working. And now there's one thing, because with the lo-fi sample rate, first of all, we have to enable it. So as always, you can do that with a switch in your instrument if you want to let the end user have control over that, or if it's based on a preset design or something. But you can, of course, kind of hard code that or toggle it just on, and then it will be always on. Let me have a look here. We got it lo-fi. So what we do now is we said we want to assign the sample rate, or change the sample rate to all 5 layers. So that way we can do that at once. We have to select all those 5 sample layers, as you can see. And now we simply turn on the lo-fi. And as you can see, the sample rate is now pretty low, but we will change that right away with our knob. Let me quickly verify if that did work. Sample layer B. Yes, lo-fi is enabled. That is the bypass button. This way it's bypassed, and this way it's engaged. Okay. So, let's see. We don't need to compile that because we already did that. Okay, quick test. Okay. And you can hear it's clearly doing its things. But of course, that's not what I meant with the scaling here. What you can do now is say, okay, lo-fi sample rate, I need that inverted because I want it the other way around. So you can just press inverted and compile it again. Now, the more you dial in the effect, the more you will hear from that lo-fi effect. So the creative possibilities are really nearly endless here. And speaking of scaling, there's a third option which is called custom, and that lets you define custom scalings for every single item and every single action, or every single assigned action. What you could, for example, do is, you see this one is the upper range, the frames 1 to 64, as you can see down here. And that is the second row, second range, 65 to 128. Frame number, and you can simply go in and click and drag, or you can use right click to do lines maybe. So what you could do is you could do some really funky things. It might not be that useful in that particular case, but I only want to show you that it's possible. As you can see now, we have a kind of a different curve. We click apply and press compile again. And let's see, now we have a strange lo-fi curve. So as you can see, there are tons of possibilities this way. Okay. So then let's continue with the next thing on the list, which would be your actual preset design. So what you can do is you can say, okay, that is my final instrument. It's called my super drum machine. And it only has those 5 drum sounds in it. So of course, that's not much. What you could do is simply, let me show you that. You could say that this is going to be a preset now. You can just click here and say this is, let me call it super drum. Yeah, let's make it simple for now, for the example here. That is preset, or let's say preset 1. Okay, press enter, press save. So now you have saved all those settings, all your sample mappings, and all that stuff is now, memorized. You can have a quick look. Kontakt GUI Maker, my super drum machine. As you can see, here it is. So we can close that now and drag it in. And all those settings will be remembered. So the place, or it depends on how you change those settings. So we can go just crazy here. Let's say we have it like this. Oh no. Like this. Okay, it might be a stupid example now, but it's just to showcase the process. You save that, and then if you close that one and load it again, this is one of your presets. So everything will be remembered, as you can see, the way you left it with our sound settings and sample mappings. And now we could say we could continue and do another preset like this, where we have, I don't know, we have tons of reverb, kind of full effect. Okay, we have to change the scaling back, but it's just for a demonstration. And now as well, what we can do is, yes, exchange samples, because this is now this is going to be preset 2. So I say preset 2. And now I use different samples, just map them in. You can as well use those left and right arrows to swap your samples, but that does only work if it's in there. So, okay. Yeah, actually that's easier now. Let me just use the next one. And select the one, go to the next snare, and finally to the next percussion sound like this. Okay, now we have a different set of samples. Yeah, that's a ton of reverb. And as I said before, this is preset 2. Just press save. And you can close that one now. Go back to your drum machine project, and as you can see, you got 1 and 2. You could theoretically keep that or erase that. It depends on what you want to do, what you want to deliver to your end customer. So let's see. First preset. Yep, everything's there. Second preset with different samples. And basically that's it. That is a process of designing a simple instrument, altering some settings, doing some presets, do your sample mapping, give it a name, save it, and you're good to go. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing that I want to do as a last chapter, so to speak. Let's add something visual. Let's use a view level meter for our drum sections. So let's get that out of the way. Maybe like put it on there, just like so. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Like this. Yeah. Okay. This is a good example where you should think of that before. I haven't done that, so please bear with me. Okay. So we got now our level meter, and this one is going to be should reflect the sounds in the kick section. So let's duplicate that. And another one, another one, another one, so that we got a level meter for each section. Right. Now, of course, we need to assign those. First of all, we have to do the panel stuff as always. So click and drag 1 to 5, 1 to 5. Like so, 1 to 5. Oops. Okay. Yeah, like this. And now, as you can already see, that level meter has a separate section here in the properties window where it says where you want to assign it to a channel, and you can change sizes and stuff like that. But I think I leave that for now. You can even change the color to your liking, whatever you want. Or we keep it white for now, just for the demonstration. And this one should, of course, be assigned to sample layer 1. So that is correct. And we're just using the left channel for now. This one would be sample layer 2. This one would be 3. I'm using the mouse wheel here again because it's sometimes easier. 4 and finally 5. So let's see. Let's save the project and give it a go. So yeah, perfect. As you can see, there it is. And it's working just fine. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, the cool thing is now that since this preset that we did belongs to the same project or to the same underlying script file, we don't have to save anything again. It will be just there and will work. As you can see, 1, 2, Oh, that was wrong. Sorry. Media channel. Oops, let me... Yeah, so it does work out of the box. Okay, so now we are through with that little guide. And I think the final step now would be preparing the instrument with presets and all that stuff for the final distribution or release, in other words. So let's do that now. Okay, all right, we can close that for now. Let me minimize the GUI Maker. Let me save the project one more time. Well, actually, we can close it now because we're done. So, okay, the process will be as following. So we have our presets and instruments ready for release, basically. So let's open up the folder with our projects. And here we have the Super Drum Machine. And so that is basically what you are going to release or what you distribute and send to your customers. So we can, for now, we can get rid of this one because we won't need it. We have Super Drum with 2 presets. And what you can do now, or what you should do, is erase that KGM folder because that's the project folder for Kontakt GUI Maker to keep track of everything. So we don't need that. Or in other words, the end user doesn't need to have that. So we can safely delete that. And of course, okay, I should have told you before that it's always a good practice to make a copy of that before you do something, because now I erased the project. Okay, so yes, it's always better to first kind of make a copy, make a duplicate or something, and put that somewhere else so that you can always revert back to what you had before. Okay, anyway, let's continue. We got my Super Drum Machine. So let's see. We got the resources, data, awesome. Okay, that we can keep for now. Wait a second. No. What we need to do is now go into Kontakt and go to the disk symbol, the file menu, and you can see we have 2 options here, which is batch resave and collect samples and batch compress. So first of all, what I would suggest is that you do a batch resave. So you just click that. Yes, I want to proceed. I'm currently using Kontakt 7.2.0, so this depends on which version you want to offer your instrument as. So basically what that means is now if you say yes, your instrument is going to require Kontakt 7.2.0. So let's just do that now. So now you have to see, look for your Kontakt GUI Maker. There it is. And you see projects. And you choose my Super Drum Machine and then you press OK. And now those are Kontakt 7.2.0 instruments. So that is a minimum version that the user needs to have when you distribute that. Okay, the next thing would be, or the final step would be to do, no, actually it's not the final step. Sorry, I forgot something. What you need to do is you load up any preset from your project. Then you head over to Instrument Options. And then there's that repack option. So basically there you need to repack that so that all your elements are included in a resource file for your Kontakt instrument. So we're going to do that now. That should for now just do it. Okay, so we did a repack. And if I'm not mistaken, we should do that as well. Yes, we should do that aware for this one as well. Okay, basically, yes, you should do that before you actually do presets. So basically, if you say, okay, I'm done, then you do that repack, save your instrument, and then you're good to go. Basically, that's it more or less. So we got my Super Drum Machine. We have all the samples that we want to distribute. And the resources folder, you can erase everything, or that's the way I tend to do it often, is to just erase that scripts folder because it's not intended for the end user. And the rest, more or less, you can leave as it is. You could also erase the pictures if you would like to. But yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do that as well. Okay, I guess that was bad because now I'm... Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot the wallpaper file. That should be in there. Okay, good that I made a backup before. pictures. The wallpaper should always be in there, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's see. So basically that should be it. Now we should be able to, yeah, just zip up. Let's have a final look. That's okay. We got the resources, pictures. We got the wallpaper. Yes. And we got the samples as well and our 2 presets. So basically what you are going to do now is, as a final step, is to say, okay, that's my super drum machine. Let's make it a zip file. And that's it. That you can deliver and release and distribute to your customers. Okay, I think that's it for this tutorial now. I hope that it was gave you some insight and some guidance on how all that works, all the process, the workflow and stuff like that. If you have questions, feel of course free to contact me with all your concerns and questions. And thank you very much for watching, and have fun with Kontakt GUI Maker. Bye bye.